the day we end the podcast.
Shut up, you.
In a world of pure imagination.
Hey! We're recording the podcast! Shut up!
Good morning to you, wherever you are, because it is
Morning Somewhere!
for June 30th, 2025. My name is Bernie Burns. Sitting right over there. She had a wonderful weekend. Ashley Burns. Say hi to Ashley, everybody.
Thank you. I did have a wonderful weekend.
But not a smoke-free weekend.
No. It was, it's been very smoky in our area. This is, vaguely in the vicinity, far to the south, there's been a wildfire happening. And this is actually, I think, the closest I've ever lived. Wildfire. To a wildfire as it's occurring. I've lived like hundreds of miles from wildfires as they're occurring, but this is definitely the closest. And so
we talked about this yesterday. You're hundreds of miles from this one, I think.
Is it hundreds?
Yeah, it's a small area up here.
It's many miles,
Yeah.
but the smoke spread all over the place. So it's been clearing, which is good. But as a result, Bernie sounds like he's been smoking for 20 years.
It's not a joke. I was like breathing smoke all weekend, and then somebody got me, clearly sabotaged me for Father's Day and got me an AC unit. Which sucks in outdoor air and puts it into my bedroom. So I was breathing smoke all night. My voice is just, look, I have a delicate voice ever since I screamed it out. My vocal cords are just like, they are not robust. They cannot recover easily.
No, see, and it's something that I wonder about, right? Because there are musicians, right? Like there's like metal rockers and stuff who scream gutturally for a living.
I know what you mean.
This is their career. This is their entire life. How bad are you at like screaming?
I was in a horror movie one time and I said, look, if you want me to scream at this thing, like yell a lot, do that at the end, at the very end. And they were like, man, you were not kidding. It's like, yeah, my voice just goes out.
That's your version of the like, I need 4 days notice and then I'll take off my shirt. That's
exactly.
your version of that is like, I will scream for you exactly once and do it at the end because
but
after
I'll take
that,
my
I'm
shirt
no
off
good.
right now. Let's go. Let's go. You want me to take my shirt off and scream? I need some time. So I'm excited today. I'm excited, but I have a conundrum. And this is a conundrum I think a lot of people can relate with these days. Today, Ashley, Today,
the 30th of June, 2025.
The first Project Hail Mary trailer is coming out online.
Yes.
And it's a trailer. Here's how much I know about this. 2 minutes, 38 seconds. Yeah.
You've got all the details.
I'm in. But
So-
actually, I've been poring over the poster. The poster.
Have you've been like going over the details, being like,
That's a gorgeous poster, by the way.
I do love it. I love when people get creative with posters and don't just do the floaty heads. Floaty heads have their place, but I love it.
It's one dude.
As a result, I guess that's true. It's just his face like 5 times.
Yeah.
I do love it when they get artistic and they like have like a really cool design for the posters. That sells me on movies when nothing else does sometimes.
So now the big question is, for a movie that's coming out, according to the poster, March 20th, 2026.
Right. So we've got 9 months.
Yes. Do I want to watch the trailer?
Look,
I mean, right now, it lives in my head.
you've got the pictures in your head already.
I've imagined the book. I love the book. I love the source material. By the way, stay out of the Project Hail Mary subreddit. Yeah, everyone there self-acknowledges that we're gatekeeping all the people who love the book, and we can't stay away from the habit of gatekeeping. Like,
so
people
if you're like, yeah, I mean, I've read it, but I don't really understand the hype, downvoted.
no, actually, they're like, what should or should not be included in the trailer, and how I'm out if they include this.
Oh, right. No, look, I'm going to be honest with you, Bernie. No one who's posting in the Project Hail Mary trailer about what they can and can't show in the trailer is going to be out. No one's going to be out. But so here's
You're so in. You're so in.
You have, whether
You're so
you like
committed.
it or not.
You're just like me.
But I understand the conundrum,
Yeah.
right? Because like me, you get to a point where you go, I know I'm going to see this film. I don't need to see the trailers. And anything I do see might color my my hype going in, or might color my opinion, or give me weird expectations that then maybe don't pay off in quite the way that I want them to, or it's going to affect your experience, right?
Speaking of color, the spacesuit is red.
Exactly. So I would normally say no. right? You don't want to see this trailer. I'm also going to be realistic and say you really have no choice. Remember how I didn't want to watch the Superman trailer because I was like, I don't care. I don't need to see it. I know I'm going to see the movie. So why watch the trailer and like spoil parts of the movie? And then I had no choice because guess what? If you go to a movie, there's going to be trailers before the movie, and I saw the Superman trailer.
Suppose I was told by somebody in the subreddit or on the Patreon, because we talked about this a little bit last night on the weekend episode of the what is it, like the weekend chat with the patrons. They said that it was before F1. So if you want to see it on a big screen, it's before F1.
Right.
But yeah, I'm with you. It's like this is now the last day that this is going to be purely as I envisioned it in my head. This is it. Because it'll get all mixed up with all the other like artists and all the realizations and visualizations and everything. So.
Right. So here's what you do. Go in, get your brain scanned, right? Do like a brain dump, and then go ahead and watch the trailer and then just reload your earlier brain.
The other thing too is like people are like, what is the moment that they're showing on the poster? Even though it's almost identical to me to the cover of the book. I hated to say this, but it's like, it's a movie that's an hour and a half or whatever. They're going to change or combine or remove something.
Right. That's the thing with a lot of books is some things have to be streamlined. Some things they have to like cut or combine.
For sure.
It's just a thing that's going to happen. The Project Hail Mary movie is not going to be like a page-for-page adaptation of the book. Nothing has ever been a page-for-page adaptation of the book.
Nothing has. And so the other thing, though, this is a real concern that might prevent me from seeing it or like hanging back and watching comments. It is the first trailer. It's 9 months. That's the point I was making with the release date earlier. 9 months between now and when this movie comes out. How am I going to avoid seeing any images between now and then? Realistically, there's no fucking way. But today, this is the first trailer, so it's going to be that early CG stuff, you know, that always happens with trailers.
Yeah, sort of like unfinished sort of CG that they hope that you won't pay too much attention to because it is a bunch of jump cuts for over the course of 2 minutes.
Right, like I was saying in our chat last night, I don't want to have the little teeth Sonic the Hedgehog in my head, you know? I don't want that. Because you can't get that out. Once it's in your head, you can't get it out.
Right, but you can affect change, right? That's the upside is perhaps the Project Hail Mary subreddit pulls a Sonic campaign and then gets like their perfect CG because they got this early version.
Or let me pitch this at you. You hang back, let other people do the heavy lifting, and then you get to come in and enjoy the final product. That's kind of what I do with Sonic. I remember when the Sonic hubbub was going on, I said, who cares? Come on. And then you saw the new one. It was like, oh yeah, that's way better.
That's so much better. And then
that's way better.
See the old one and it looks like an abandoned puppet that belongs in like an 80s Chuck E. Cheese or something. It looked rough.
Whenever there's like a bandwagon.
That Sonic had been through something.
Or a dog pile or like a mob thing going on. My knee-jerk reaction is to go against it almost every time on the internet. Almost every time.
The very least thing you're going to do is step away. Right.
Yeah, like even the Sonic thing, I was like, leave them alone.
Yeah, you're going to step away or you're going to go counterculture.
Right.
You have to.
But
I know you.
Sonic, you bent the knee, and guess what? It paid off for you. You got to live.
And now we've got a trilogy with there's a fourth on the way?
No, it's arguably probably the biggest video game franchise thus far, right? They have 3 movies.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of like total ticket sales and all that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't think Minecraft as a single movie eclipsed all of them, but maybe it did.
No, I mean, it did amazing at the box office, but did it do 3 Sonics in the box office?
The point is it's done well, and there's a timeline in which people are like, Sonic.
It came out, and then it made $5 at the box office because Bernie went to see it when no one else would, and then that was it. He just really wanted to catch the Project Hail Mary trailer.
They also, by the way, while we're talking about trailers, they put out the final Fantastic Four trailer. They're calling it the final trailer. It comes out in like a month, a little bit less actually. I gotta admit, I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm letting myself get excited about a Fantastic Four movie. I'm all in, baby.
I don't. It's hard to. I think the vibes is why I'm excited about this one when I wasn't super excited about the previous Fantastic Four. Not that I had anything against Fantastic Four. I guess I didn't have like an anchor to super duper care about them. The early, like, you know, there was the Jessica Alba one, and then there was the who was the cast in the 20
Miles Teller, Michael B. Jordan, and other people.
Amazing cast, But I don't know why I didn't get super excited about him. But I am excited about this one because of the retrofuturism, and it just seems like, like a fun, honestly, hopefully kind of campy story.
It's kind of cool too because it seems like there was a point in time where the Fantastic Four was like the only superhero team, and this is a world where they're the only superhero team. This is it.
Right. This is that time.
So they kind of captured what actually happened in like the Silver Age of comics. And I'm just curious what they can do. All the stuff I've seen so far, we won't spoil anything if you're avoiding that one. Everything I've seen so far, I really like. The last character that I was sold on was Human Torch, and this trailer nailed Human Torch, I thought. I felt really good about it after watching the trailer.
They finally spent some time developing like him as a character, like what makes him hit.
Yeah, and I gotta admit, I'm super invested. I want to see the Invisible Woman.
He was great in Stranger Things, so I've got faith just based on that. Like that character in Stranger Things didn't need to be nearly as good as it was.
No, I agree.
It's always tricky, right? So some of the powers that they have, like they showed a little bit more of the stretching, but as you noted, they're not showing him stretching, they're showing him unstretching.
That seems to be their methodology. They're not showing Mr. Fantastic stretching. They're showing him returning from a stretch.
Right.
Unstretching.
But then after that, you sent me a link to like some of the like comics where he's like being a ball and a parachute and a wheel and God like
Can you
all
make that
these
the thumbnail?
stupid things. I will absolutely make that the thumbnail for the episode today. And it's just so hammy that I want that for them.
I'm so dying to see a Pedro Pascal parachute. Him talking to them while he's parachuting them down. Oh my God.
His head on top eating a cracker.
That would be amazing. It would be amazing. So I'm looking forward to that. Today, my dilemma is, do I watch the Project Hail Mary trailer or not?
I'm going to say you don't need to go out of your way to do so, but please know that you are going to see the trailer, regardless of whether you intentionally try to see the trailer.
Spoiler alert, I'm going to watch it.
You're not going to be able to stop yourself,
watch it 100. Well, Ashley, it's my job. I have to report on these things.
That's true. That's true. You have to be all up on the current events.
Hey, speaking of reporting, I asked you, can you please explain this? Over the weekend, I actually gave Ashley homework to do. I didn't want to read this myself. So they announced a Quest headset for the Xbox?
Yes, they did. So I went and I read up a little bit more on this because my understanding of it was that the way they were marketing it almost seemed like it's like a TV screen for your Xbox, right? If you don't have an Xbox. But what it actually is, so it sounds now, after I've done some reading, that it is actually, it's a Meta Quest, which, I mean, it sounds like it can play the Meta Quest games, but it also has an Xbox app on it, and it will play the cloud streamable games from Game Pass or from your games library, like games that you own, if they're streamable.
Okay.
Right? So
can they play the Quest games?
Well, this is a release from Microsoft, so they don't exactly elaborate on that, but they are saying that it's like, it's
what do you mean
a Quest.
They don't elaborate on that? How can they?
Because they don't care. Xbox doesn't care if you can play the Meta Quest games on the Meta Quest. They're trying to sell you an Xbox VR headset.
Why are all these announcements so confusing? It makes pretty soon they're just going to sell a box with a question mark on it. And that's what you're going to buy at Best Buy. So I'm going to assume it's going to play metagames in addition, right?
Yeah, I mean,
it has to.
It would be stupid not to. It's still a Meta Quest.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
It's just an Xbox edition of the Meta Quest. So it's going to have, which also, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to assume that most of the Meta Quests are going to get some kind of system update and also have the Xbox app. They're just trying to sell additional Meta Quests to people who don't have one, who would like to play their Xbox games via VR headset. Not saying that they're also like, they're not VR. It's not suddenly like VR capabilities on all these games. It's just that you can use that as a screen to play them. You'll have your controller. It'll look like a TV, but it's going to stream the game from the cloud. You're going to need the cloud, Bernie.
I'm going to walk back my comments here because there's a possibility now that Meta Quest games, some of them might end up on Game Pass through this.
I mean, it could be cool.
That would be pretty cool. I love Game Pass.
What is your favorite Quest game? Because you've played quite a lot on the Meta Quest.
The longest probably on the calendar, besides Sea of Thieves and Halo, the longest I ever played a game continuously, on and off, but continuously on the calendar is, what do you call it?
Aero game.
Aero game. It's called In Death Unchained. It's a VR bow and arrow game where you get to shoot people in the face. I was having a day yesterday. So I said to Ashley, I'm going to go on the treadmill and play Doom and shoot demons in the face. And
sometimes that's just, you know what? That's self-care, Bernie. Sometimes you just
so
got
many
to
demons.
shoot the demons in the face.
That's such a good game. Doom is a great Game Pass game. Again, that Doom Dark Ages, such a fucking good game.
Love that.
Such a good game.
I love that for you. There's also there's something else coming that's
all of the demon hunting, none of the K-pop.
hey. Bring me the K-pop. But there's something else coming as well for Xbox that's interesting and is not the way they're marketing it or communicating it. This has never been Microsoft's strength. I feel like the communication has always been one of their downfalls. They put out a good product, but they can't talk about it right to really sell it.
It's a good point. The Xbox One is probably the most
It's a great console.
Prime example of that.
But like the way they talked about it unsold people on that thing.
That announcement was legendary.
It was legendary. But they're going to be releasing a new update for the Xbox app on PC. Right now, I believe it's rolling out to only the people who have the preview experience. But they're going to be adding a unified games library. So you'll be able to link your Steam account. And it sounds like they say other like leading storefronts. So I'm going to assume that we're talking about GOG. I'm going to assume we're talking about Epic as well. You can basically link all of your profiles there, and it will unify your games library across all the storefronts, which sounds great to me.
The reason I found it was people were talking about what an amazing interface it was for Steam.
Yes, because like I love Steam. Steam is a fantastic storefront. Its library is a list.
Wait, you mean the interface?
Yes,
okay.
I love the way Steam works, but it doesn't do anything to make me feel like about my collection. Yeah, right. I buy a game and my list gets one line longer.
The best thing I could say about Steam is that it never changes. Like they make updates so rarely.
It's changed surprisingly little in the last 20 years.
Right. Like the other day I went to go find my achievements on Steam. I'm like, well, this is kind of a different place, but okay, whatever.
But it's basically the same.
But like that menu across the top where like your name is one of the drop downs, it's like I just know it because I know it at this point. The rest of it, I'm like, just don't change it. I'll be fine.
Right. So instead, if you want it to look like all really nice, and if you want to know what your entire PC games library is like across all the storefronts, that's what I guess the new Xbox app is going to do, which I think is great. It's one of their priorities, especially with PC stuff, has always been that they're the ecosystem. As long as you're playing on PC, they win. Right? This is an Xbox, basically. So they don't care where you bought the game. You're playing on PC, you're in Microsoft.
Right.
And so that's something that they're trying to do more and more with. And if they can get some sort of tracking on what you're doing via the Xbox app, then they like that even more.
I pulled up Steam I have it on my laptop, I guess, to play FTL. It's the only thing this laptop will run. But I looked at my Burnie dropdown, which is a menu on Steam. Here's everything under the Burnie dropdown.
Yep.
Or under your profile name dropdown. Activity. What does that mean? Profile, friends, groups, content. What does content mean? Inventory, badges, and Steam replay. I never use any of these things. I just go to library and play a game.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. I will admit, like they've rolled out, you can get like collectible cards or something when you play games or when you do certain things or you spend a certain amount of time playing a thing, you can unlock some sort of trading card. I know there's a storefront where people make an ungodly amount of, I don't know, Steam bucks or real money or something by selling Counter-Strike guns. I know there's all that stuff. But I'm such a surface level Steam user. I buy the game and I play the game.
Yep.
And then I occasionally go, so-and-so also plays this game. I know I'm in good hands.
So let me ask you this. When you go to Steam, your profile, what is your level on Steam? Because what you're talking about with cards and stuff, that's one of the things that can push your level up. What is your level?
27.
I'm 36.
Wow.
Do you have a call-out badge or anything?
Bit of an age gap. Hold on, my badge.
Or like a marquee achievement?
Hold on, my rarest achievement showcase. Contagion, Fire in the Hole.
There you go. Look at that. I got you that one.
Also, Contagion Pest Control.
How do you see your rarest? Where do you see that?
I think you can change
Oh, I
what
see.
you're like,
Yeah.
what you have showing in there. Honestly, I think I've just set to rarest achievements, and then I have like a list of like I own 197 games.
My favorite game on my profile,
Yeah.
which I pinned, is Sea of Thieves. It is 3.6 hours played because I don't play it on Steam. But I pinned it as my favorite game.
That's what I think Microsoft probably wants. That might be something that they get through this unified storefront. Is if you're launching games through them, they might have some sort of tracking, so they'll know like what people are actually playing on PC.
Do you remember what podcast? Would it have been all the way back on the Rashid podcast when I was talking about Sea of Thieves, and I said, and luckily they don't show you how many hours you have played on the Xbox or on, Xbox games on PC.
Yeah.
They don't show you that like they do on Steam, because I would not want to know how many hours I play on Sea of Thieves. And one of the producers of Sea of Thieves contacted me, I have that stat, I'm happy to send it to you. And I said, please
don't.
do not send me that number. Do not send me that number. I do not want to know.
You're like when you're looking at Steam reviews for a game or something, and someone says like, I do not recommend this, and they've got 800 hours in it.
I love that. I love it. I love it. Yeah. I can't stand this. It's a horrible game. 1,000 hours played.
Sometimes it's better not to know.
But that guy probably knows. You know what I mean? It's like, should you trust his review or not? It's like,
Maybe, but I'm also going to assume that guy's a really big fan of the Project Hail Mary book, and the movie cannot please him no matter what.
they'll be so happy. They'll be fine. They're just like, they're in a tizzy right now. They're all excited. They've been waiting for this trailer to come out for so long.
I know, because what was it? It was screened at some festival months ago now, and
CinemaCon.
we've been waiting on it ever since. Like, where's this trailer? Is it going to come out? Come on, guys, give us and now it's here. Do you want me to how about this? Do you want me to watch the trailer for you and just describe what I'm seeing?
Ashley, can I just say something? Yeah. Do you really want to get between me and this thing? Like, no, I wouldn't get between you and the K-pop Demon Hunter thing or whatever.
Well, I would love for you to explain what's happening to me in K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah.
I would love it.
I wouldn't want that responsibility. That's too much power.
Sounds fun.
So I want to go back to something too to wrap up here. There's this article that I'm reading on CNN, which they're highlighting a robot, a bipedal robot that will do your dishes and make you tea and all your household duties.
Oh, shall it make me tea?
And they are trying to get this on the market for less than $15,000 US.
Oh, man.
That number is a moving target, though, because of the value of the dollar right now, which is a whole other discussion. But,
Well, that's the value of the dollar, but also the value of a cup of tea. Am I right?
well, we did talk. I went back and I looked at our transcript archive. We had an over-under bet of when there would be a bipedal robot in our house, like when that would be possible. And I remember we got a lot of flack because my prediction was 5 years.
Yeah.
Made that prediction April 22nd, 2024.
Okay, so we're just over a year out from that now.
I think it's coming. I think we're going to make that 5-year mark. There'll be something there.
What's the selling point here? Is it the tea? Is it doing the dishes?
I think it's anything that can actually do household chores and take it, like real stuff. Like, I don't want to see a robot that fucking dances. I want to dance. I don't want to pay a robot to fucking dance.
Right. Like,
or draw pictures.
You know what I would like is a robot that can take my clothes, look at the tag, and sort the laundry appropriately based on what those little tag symbols are that I can never remember, and then do the laundry and the ironing and stuff and fold it all nice.
Can you imagine? I mean, seriously.
I'm imagining it right now.
How about this? Hey, robot, can you just get all the shit out of the door wells of my car that I stuffed in there? And all that stuff. So AI Squared Robotics, it's a Chinese company, says that in the third quarter of 2025, its robots will be launched at airports in major Chinese cities for tasks like organizing luggage carts for passengers.
Do you think they're going to replace the hologram lady at the London airport?
Let's hope so. That's like 1980s technology. I love that. That would be a great thumbnail too.
I love hologram lady.
But so we'll see. We could be there. My new thing is, just like today, it's like there's a moment now that's going to come today. It's going to come today where Project Hail Mary my experience with Project Hail Mary is no longer entirely in my own head. My experience with it. That's happening today.
Well, and yeah, the experience in your head is going to be replaced.
How dare you?
It is. It's going to be overwritten, Bernie. Because
Merge.
once you see the visuals, you're not going to be able to go back.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ashley Bird. You take that back. I have precious images in my head of this book. But there is coming a point in time for all of us, and I want you guys to think about this too. Some point in probably the next few years will be the first time that you just see a robot in public. Like, you'll be at the grocery store. I'm not talking little like delivery bots. I'm talking like
I've seen a video.
fucking robot walking down the street or shopping or whatever, like you live in a sci-fi movie. That's kind of cool. So I'm waiting for that day. That day will come at some point. And I know it's going to be weird. It's going to be like, oh, there's a robot.
And that, you know, the craziest part is that the robot's going to drop this shopping and start doing a TikTok dance or something in the middle of the parking lot, because that's how everyone shows off robots. Is
It'll
dancing.
pull a fully automatic pulse rifle out and go, da, 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 just fucking die, humans.
Just wait, the K-pop Demon Hunters girl band is going to be replaced by robots.
Yeah, exactly. That's the jobs they're going to take. Those jobs. They're going to take our demon hunting jobs and leave us with the dishes, man.
But they're so good with the choreo.
Yeah. Listen, I want to be the person K-popping. I don't want the robot K-popping on my behalf.
All right, well, I want to say a big thank you to today's choreo champs, Samuel Antonio Maurer and Pete and Jen Coomer from Pigeon Studios. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of our show at patreon.com/morningsomewhere.
All right. Well, that does it for us today, June 30th, 2025. We will be back to talk to you tomorrow. We hope you will be here as well.
Bye, everybody.
Hey, okay. All right, this is an update. So, Ashley, I had you come back to the mics.
Yes.
So, I went to go edit the podcast.
Okay.
And because we talked so much about Steam today, I decided to get you some screenshots of some of the stuff I was talking about on Steam. And then I find out, in addition now to the Project Hail Mary trailer that's out, there is a 10 gigabyte update for 7 Days to Die.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Look, now you have you can get 1 day of avoidance out of this, right? If you're trying to avoid the Project Hail Mary trailer, you got 1 day via a 10 gigabyte update for 7 days. How many years has 7 Days to Die been out? Like 10 at this point?
Yeah. Still, they said pre-release software. Still, version 2.0. So I get that, and I get Project Hail Mary. I'm so happy.
All right. Bye, everybody.